Yeah. You may be seated. I want to say the guest of honor today, Asbel and Becky, mabibi na mabwana, wananchi wote ambao wamefika hapa, hamjambo. Chamwe tugul. Nimeambiwa wengine Mirembe yuko hapa. Mbuyamure. Osaureu. Asanteni sana. I am very, very happy to be here today. My good friend Franklin Bett called me and told me that his daughter is getting married, that he would like me to come and grace the occasion. I had other commitments, but I committed to him and said I will try my best to come. Another friend of mine is having a similar function today in Eldoret, but I decided to come here. But I've sent another friend of mine, James Orengo, to Eldoret. I came here because of this. Franklin has told you that we worked together even before 2002, when he was working in State House, Nairobi. We started working together at that time. And our friendship grew stronger and stronger as we continue to work together. Because Franklin Bett is a man of integrity. He's a man who keeps his word. Because at the time that we started working, at that time, as you know, the KANU was still very strong. But he joined us in 2002 when we had the NAC wave, and we worked together with him. We were also together here with the late Mr. Conness, our friend. And I see Beatrice is here. You see? Yeah. But I've had association with Kericho for a long time. When I was a small boy, I came here with my father. My father, was having a business, and he had a branch here in Kericho town. And even have a director who was from here. In those days, Kericho was part of Nyanza. And that friend of his is the one who used to teach us Kipsigis. Agenge, Ayeng, Somu, Angwan, Mood Long. So Sisi, Taman. Taman Agenge. Those days when I was a small boy. So I'm therefore not new to Kericho here. We have had a long association working together, and I'm very happy. Now today is a very special occasion because we come here for a solemn function. That we are releasing Becky to go to the other side. This is very similar to function in the Luo. They used to have this kind of functions where a girl, after they had paid sufficient dowry, then now there will be a ceremony to release the girl. Then the girl would be escorted by the maids to the place where the wedding was going to take place. There now, the other people would just go there as guests. And the girls will be going there singing as they escort the maid to the wedding. So this is a very similar occasion here, which I'm seeing here. I'm very happy that this is happening. But now, all the times when this is happening, there are a lot of lectures that will be given. I want to advise you not to listen to all those lectures. because there are a lot of advices that are being given. First, you, Asbel, I welcome you to the prison. You are entering the prison. Pingo la maisha. Nafunga pingo la maisha. You will be here, and here there's no leader in marriage. You are partners, and you are equal partners. There's nobody who is a leader and nobody who is being led. You are equal partners. The reason why some of the marriages come and get into difficulties is because somebody tells you that you are a leader, you're leading your wife. But a wife is an equal person, grown-up person like you, mentally gifted just like you. Why do you want to be the one who leading her? You are living together as partners and equal partners in the home. That's when you have peace. But if you go there, mimi ndio bwana hapa, mimi ndio boss hapa, kila siku mtakuwa na shida hapa na pale. So we have a state where the institution of marriage in some countries is under serious challenge today. Places, the institution of marriage is almost dying. Because you go to some places today, you will be invited to a wedding, and there will be a man and a man wedding, a woman and a woman wedding. This is a very, very controversial issue today. There's some places where we dare not mention it, but this is happening. I'm happy that here in our country we still have this kind of traditional marriages taking place, and we must cherish this. We must be proud of what we have in our country today. So today, you will be after the formal wedding, you will be joining together as partners. So Becky, you will be there as a partner, and Asbel, you will be there as a partner. Then you will be able to raise a family together. I want to tell you that 2 years ago, me and my wife, Ida, who has sent her greetings today, we celebrated our golden anniversary. That is 50 years together. And I said on that occasion that if I had an opportunity again, I would still say yes. There are very few people who can do that. Some would say that if I knew, I would not have gotten myself in this kind of trouble. But there are a lot of challenges, and those challenges, you'll be able to manage them if you respect each other and you work together. That would be my advice today to you people. So I'm again happy today again. This has given me an opportunity to be back again here in Kericho. I see a number of members of my party here. I can see them. Do you want to stand up? Simama. Ili onekane. Asanteni sana. I'm a friend of Kericho. All the times when we are moving around, I come to Kericho. These days I've not come because sometimes I now fly to Kisumu. The past I used to come to stop at the tea hotel, have tea, and meet friends. But I'll be coming again now to come and see you people. Kenya is a big and good country. Kenya has great potential. And I say Kenya is greater than all of us. That's why when Kenya is in trouble, it is our responsibility as Kenyans to solve those problems. Because if we leave Kenya to burn, we will not have another country. That's why, respecting what political differences here and there, when it gets to a stage where Kenya is about to burn, we will say no. We must come together as one people. One people. And that's why we sat and talked, and I said we will work together for the unity of our people, to that Kenya can move forward properly. You know, there's a serious challenge. We had ourselves gone out to the streets, making some demands. But then we had sat down and we had discussed and negotiated and agreed on the way forward. Then, because there was no implementation, came the other problem again later on. So these problems must be resolved. This is what we have agreed on. When we signed the MOU, we agreed that these problems need to be resolved. And we're working towards resolving those problems. Finally, you heard me recently talking about devolution. Devolution, we brought in the Constitution with a lot of opposition at that time. But we said that our country needs devolution so that we can bring power closer to the people and also ensure that there's equitable distribution of resources in the country. Devolution works very well in many countries. If you go to Japan, you'll see what I mean by devolution. If you go to Germany, where I lived for many years, you will appreciate the power of devolution. If you dissolve properly and also put resources down there, there will be much faster development. What is happening here is that some people resist devolution because they don't understand the effect of devolution. Right now, we still have a problem. We have devolved generally. We have a structure of devolution. But we're not bringing resources properly down so that these devolved units can work efficiently. You see, now they're saying, and the other time this week, they're saying that nearly 50% of money going to the counties is going to salaries. And that only less than 30% is going to development. But that is not the mistake of the devolved units. That is because less resources are coming down to the counties. If, for example, you release funds for infrastructure, funds going to Kura and Kera down here, if you release other funds meant for health, because health is a devolved function, but the bulk of the money is remaining up there in Nairobi. It's not coming down here. You see, if you release resources for agriculture, if, for example, you release money to build markets, because they're building markets there, yes, the counties are the ones who are operating those markets. Why don't you give the money to the counties? If, for example, affordable housing should be the responsibility of the counties, release the money to the counties, then we will not be talking about 15%. You will be releasing over 35% of funds to the counties, and there will be development. You don't want to blame governors because you're not giving them resources. If you give the resources properly, the entire country will be working. Right now, the counties are employing people, experts, but there's no work for those people. They're sitting in the offices because there are no funds for them to work. So release the resources to the counties, and devolution will work for our country. This is what I'm saying all the time. And members of parliament have no business contracting roads. Members of parliament have three functions: representation, legislation, and oversight. Period. Leave the issue of constructing roads to counties. So counties can have some responsibilities. This is what I wanted to say. I want to thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Sasa niko na kitu yangu kidogo ya kusindikiza Asbel.
While Begi is coming, let me also ask Asbel for a photo session with Baba. Wabe mama. Wabe mama. Mama, iko picha hapa kwa msichana yako. Kuja haraka. Ngoja kidogo tu ya.
Yes. Move a little bit this side. So that Mama can come here. Very good. Thank you. That is a very memorable photo from Baba. Pigia makofi kabisa mazuri. We really appreciate Enigma. His Excellency amepatia zawadi. Iko kadi mzuri, very special card. Hiyo kadi imetoka kule ng'ambo. Haijatolewa hapa. Imeprintiwa special from ng'ambo. Very good. As I shaking hands with Asbel. Very good advices from Baba. And then we will also have the final photo here. Final photo, the two of you.